Welcome back, guys. So let's carry on from where we left off. So we're supposed to be creating some more artificial lights in here. So let me just turn off this. Let me see if I can just push this to the side. Okay. I'll bring everything back on later on. So let me just turn off resolution gate for now, or film gate rather. So I still need to bring back up my Arnold render view. So let me start by creating artificial lighting here. So let me just collapse this a bit more. I would create an area light. I'll start by creating an area light. So this area light would be like an overhead, more like an overhead or more like a overhead and backlight for this. So I'll go to the scale tool and I'll just scale this up, drag this up. Now I'll just rotate this way. So the directionality of the light should be facing downward. That's why you have this kind of long, what like this long line facing downward. This indicates the direction of your lights. So let me just drag this up like so. So this would be more like a backlight on my model. Something like this should be fine. Okay, so I'm going to come into my render to the attribute editor for this particular light. I'm going to turn off normalize. In the samples of the light, I'm going to put that at 2. 2 should be fine. I'm going to fire up my render. Let me get a closer view on this. It doesn't seem to be shining as bright as it should. Let's see, maybe turn on this, normalize it. Okay, I think I'll just need to increase the brightness of these lights. So I'll take the intensity to around 5. Okay, you can see how it's kind of catching the highlights at the back of this bat, which is exactly what I want. Something like this should be fine. Yeah, that will work just fine. That will work just fine. I'll leave that at this tone for now. This tone is fine. Probably even brighten it up a bit more. Let me go all the way to intensity of 7. If 7 is an overkill, but that should be fine for now. So I will stop the render. Then I'll just create another light again. I'll go to area light, create area light, I'll create a new area light for this. I'll increase the size, push this out like so, do a rotation like so. I'm more like creating like a 3-point light setup in here. So this one should be kind of angled, facing. Let me change this way. Let me kind of view this from the top view. Now just drag this and kind of position this way. Probably drag this up a bit more. Okay, this way should be fine. Then probably angle it downwards like so. Okay, I'll turn off normalize. Obviously we need to take up the intensity a bit more, but I like how this is kind of lighting up my scene. So I'll just increase the intensity a bit more, probably somewhere around 5. Let's see what 5 gives us. I'm still going to be using the HDRI background, HDRI dome light for this though, but that HDRI dome light gives more of a yellowish tone to the entire scene, which is kind of cool. But I just want to have some kind of additional supportive lights on top of this to kind of make this look more and feel more interesting. Let's see. So let me just, I'm going to use the render region now. This is the render region here, group crop region rather. So I'm just going to crop just this part only. So this is kind of render a bit faster since it's not rendering excessive parts of our background that we don't actually need. So while this is here, I might even, let me just minimize it again. I might even give this some kind of cold coloration on it. Let me just kind of give it some kind of cold coloration. Somewhere around, no, that's way too cold. Somewhere around here should be fine. Then whilst we're here, I can just go in, I think our lights. Let me see if I can find the lights manager in here. Lights manager is not in here, so I'll just go back to Arnold utilities and I'll use the light manager in here because I want to kind of turn on the dome light now. So I'll just click to turn that on. Okay, so we're kind of far from the view, so let's kind of go back to the view and check this from our camera view. I'll turn off this render region now. So let's see what we have. Okay, I think I kind of like the general light setup now, but this might not be our final general light setup. We need to apply materials to the bat itself, and then based on that we can kind of get a clear idea if we want to modify or adjust the light setup for the scene even more. But one thing I would like to do is that I would like to exclude the HDRI environmental lights from affecting the backdrop. So to do that, I'll go to window. Let me just let me minimize this. So I'll go to window, should be under relationship editor. Yeah, light linking. I'll click on light centric. I want to exclude, I don't want the HDRI dome light to be affecting or to be, yes, to be affecting the backdrop. So what I would do is to select the HDRI dome lights. Oh, now this is where we need to start naming things in here. So let me just stop the render for now. Select the backdrop and I'll just rename this to backdrop just to keep things organized. And I'll fire up the render again. Then on the relationship in this light linking, selecting the HDRI dome light or the HDRI AI sky dome lights, I can deselect this backdrop now. So the light itself won't be affecting the backdrop. Only the new artificial area light we added is going to be affecting the backdrop now, which is exactly what we need. Maybe just to go a step further, I can even, the second light we added on the left hand side, let me kind of exclude that. I don't want that to be affecting the backdrop also. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want the attention of the eyes to be focusing more on the main object in front, which is like this bat itself and the this block at the back. So I'm kind of making the backdrop not too not too obvious, or more or less not to distract the eyes from laying focus on the bat itself. So this is fine. This is fine. Let me just do a quick save for my scene. So this is it is actually fine. Now more emphasis is being laid on the bat itself, which is exactly what I want. Okay, I can see this kind of sharp or yes, hard shadows coming from the HDR lights hitting the bat and then bouncing back or laying back on the block at the back of it. So that is fine. So this is a really good base for the light setup to work with. I think I'm going to leave this for now. So let me just close this now. Then let me just stop the render for now. So I'm going to start bringing in the textures for the bat now. And to do this more precisely, I'll need to use the hyper shade for this. So let me just select the bat. I'll select the bat itself because that's like the bigger parts of the that's the bigger part of our main objects or the main assets rather. And I'll go to the AI bat. So in here I need to plug in. Let me just drag this up. So in here I need to plug in the albedo map that we exported out of Substance Painter. Then I'm going to so we want to plug in each material in their correct channel right now. Okay.